Like I said before, Raekwon for Cuban Links was Wu-Tang's solo artist best album. But Wu-Tang, the RZA, controlled it all by distribution of his clothing line, the Wu Wear, which I first wore a Wu jacket when I was about 12. I didn't even know what the Wu-Tang Clan was, but I used to see these W's everywhere. So they did expand their brand more than any other rap group. I would say that Wu-Tang Clan is my favourite rap group of all time. Talking about rap music, the first ever rap album I bought was the Dog Pound Dog Food. I was starting to get into rap because I was hearing it on the radio, Eminem and 50 Cent, because I was born in the early 90s, so I went around with the mid-90s era, what was going on then. So first heard on the radio songs with Eminem, Pac and 50 and all them, and so I would buy a rap CD, but actually the first rap CD I got when I went to the CD store was the Dog Pound Dog Food, which happened to have a logo on the back, Death Row Records, with Suge Knight on the back. I was wondering, who is this Suge Knight? And I didn't even know who the Dog Pound were, but I thought, this album's the fucking shit. And then someone introduced me to NWA, and that was even more rawer. Then I really started getting into rap when I listened to NWA. My first rapper that I really got into that I thought was fucking dangerous and real, that inspired me to sometimes go out and do stupid things, was Eazy-E, and watching that video for Straight Outta Compton. So at first when I got into rap, Eazy was my main rapper. And the first album I got was the Dog Pound. I didn't know about Dre or Snoop or anything like that. Didn't know much about hip hop before then. I didn't really listen to music. I was more into football and martial arts and all that bullshit. But NWA and West Coast music is the first music I got into. Then I started getting into the G-Funk. And I bought the Chronic, Dr. Dre the Chronic. And that really went up a level from NWA. That became one of my weed smoking Bible albums that I'd always want to smoke weed to. And Ice Cube, It Was a Good Day. These are the first songs that I loved to smoke the ganja to. And Cypress Hill, Black Sunday, the album, one of my earliest. Then what album really blew me away, and I thought, yes, this is the best rapper, is Doggy Style. Every song on the album is a fucking hit. He is Doggy Style, and I listen to that back and forth all the time. And that was into the G-Funk. Kept hearing about my favourite rappers. Who's your favourite rapper? Well, I'll say NWA and Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube and West Coast artists, and everyone mentioning Eminem or something. I liked Eminem, but I thought he was too pop at the time, but really, lyrically, he is good. But everyone mentioning Tupac and everything, and you're into West Coast music, you should listen to Tupac. I heard of Tupac, I know that he got shot dead and everything after a Tyson fight. I knew he was a big name, so I started listening to Tupac. But that was way after. I weren't really bothered about Tupac. I was more into the gangster rap, because I didn't associate Tupac with the gangster rap as much as NWA or the G-Funk for some reason, because that came before Tupac, and I listened to that before I heard of Pac. And then first album I got, obviously, was memorised me, was All Eyes on Me. And then I looked at the back cover and I said, Death Row Records. It's the same fucking record company that the Chronic got released on. And my first album that I ever bought, the Dog Pound, Dog Food. That's the first ever rap album I bought. So I listened to the album, I didn't really like it at first, but then I listened to the first track on the second disc, You Can't See Me, which I knew that was produced by Dr. Dre, I could tell by the beat, and I fucking loved it. It was my favourite song, with George Clinton on it, D Motherfucking Hook. That was my favourite song. And then I started watching Pac documentaries. That's when I started getting into Pac, and then started broadening my hip hop hip hop artists by getting into Biggie and everyone else. But yeah, that was my first really big Tupac song that I liked. Hershey was You Can't See Me. Yeah, that's the song that stood out for me on that album. And then obviously, then I started. My favourite Tupac song though is the radio version of I Ain't Mad at You. Just the verses on that. I just like the melody on the song, not the album version, but the radio edit to that song. I can't say what my favourite rapper is or my favourite rap album is, but my favourite Pac album is his unreleased stuff, his OG stuff, his original stuff. I think none of his stuff should have been remixed. The only remix that I would say was better than his originals was when Thugs Cry, because that beat just fucking blows me away from until the end of time. But other than that, his music should have been left alone, because all his originals I really fucking like Loyal to the Game, Better Days original, Ghetto Star, the Better Days version I like, but that's the original version I found out, because he actually recorded that when he was alive. So that's my favourite Pac song, is I Ain't Mad at You radio version. Obviously everyone's talking who's the best rapper. I can't say who's the best rapper, because I was into different rappers all the time. I mean, obviously Pac's not the best rhymer. He's not like on the lyrical level of say Ice Cube or Nas or Rakim or Big Daddy Kane or Eminem, but obviously with a Pac song you can be in that song and you can feel his pain touch you, what he's going through. And when I have a bad day and I'm going through some deep shit, I can listen to Tupac and his philosophy and really get into it. And don't matter whether you're black, white, Portuguese, Chinese, Filipino, Jalapeno, Thailand, it does not matter. But said that, I'm into other music as well than rap music. I'm into soul music. One of my favourite soundtracks is Jackie Brown soundtrack. I like that old soul music. And some rock music I like. And other music that I hear. Can be any music, country music, fucked up music, psychotic music, acid music, whatever. Anyway, with this spider thing, it's been a very traumatic experience, but in reality, this week I've I don't know, but don't have side effects from my prescription drug that I'm taking Ritalin. Now I'm going to go to the doctors today and ask if they can give me a day's supply of it instead of giving me a week, because I've got a history of addiction problems and I cannot handle a week's worth, even a week's worth of it. And after I stopped taking it, I suffered some panic attacks, and I'm going to admit to you, it does fucking nasty shit. My whole body would tense up like it was gonna, my bones were about to explode out my body. I my stomach and chest and everything was about to explode. I had to do like 5 hours meditation to calm myself down. The diazepam weren't working, none of that shit were working. Now that's the most scariest thing. Like, I've been punched in the face, I've been kicked, I've been stabbed in the leg, I've been all that shit I've done, and that's not painful. What's painful is when you're fucking suffering from a fucking drug withdrawal or suffering from a fucked up mental illness like depression. I'd rather be shot, stabbed or fucking beaten up than sit there depressed or going through mad anxiety attacks. That's the worst feelings that you can possibly have in my book. So I've got to get it right, because I'm being serious now. Health is more important than wealth. Health comes first, wealth comes second. That's all I got to say. Wealth of those close. Mental and physical health are the most important things. Obviously you need a little money to have that. If you didn't have any money you wouldn't be able to eat or shit, but health comes before wealth. You cannot enjoy your wealth without your health. If you're fucked up in the head and depressed, how can you enjoy anything? If you're anxious all the time, how can you enjoy anything? If you've got low self-esteem all the time, how can you enjoy anything? All these things that you buy, they ain't shit if you're fucking not feeling good inside. It's all about how you feel, not about what you got. Even though we do want things, and I do want better things, but as long as my health's okay and my soul is to SFS, then that is the most important thing. Anyway, traumatic experience with a spider. It started off with the spider, and now the traumatic experience of the panic attacks and rap and all that other bullshit. It's our SFS podcast number 6. Next week I will be reviewing Money in the Bank and other UFC events that I'm into, and maybe some other topics on the news. I created my own news, see what fucked up news in the world there is. I've heard that a kangaroo got its head chopped off in Peru, and a zebra got humped by a penguin in Antarctica. I don't know how the zebra got to Antarctica. It's a mystery to me, but anyway, SFS podcast number 6, and I will be back with the review for Money in the Bank. Now I have to sort out my house so I can continue to occupy myself to do what I want, because you've only got one life and you never know when your time's going to be up. Right, so on a serious note, I've got to get my health sorted out. I've got to do this right this time. It's got to happen. Can't suffer another one of these motherfucking attacks, man. Nah. Let's see, fear is nothing to me. I don't fear much. But if you're out of control, of a drug or anything, and you can't control what you're feeling, it doesn't matter if you're fearless, because I've always been fearless at climbing, jumping off high things. That's why I love Jackie Chan, because he used to imitate his stunts. It's not about that. If you're into drugs or anything, coming down off anything, your health or anything, your brain can just switch. Sometimes you can't be in control of that. No matter how hard you try, sometimes it'll take 5 hours meditation for you to get back onto a clean thought process. So I've got to sort that out, man, because I've got to be sharp, because you've got to be sharp in this world, because you never know what's going to happen and when. And I need to make my living, keep occupied day after day, and that's real. I'm not trying to be something that I ain't. I know tough guy, even though I have had my fair share of fights. You win some, you lose some. I'm still going to be into martial arts and MMA, and still be going to kicking that crazy shit. But I am not an invincible guy. I'm not your... If you met me, you would be surprised that I am not a crazy psychopathic killer like Charles Manson or anything like that. The SFS views are nothing like anything compared to what Helter Skelter was. Helter Skelter was way out there. SFS is about equal and about being free within yourself. A lot of Bruce Lee's teaching is part of my SFS philosophy. Anyway, less of the boring shit. I will see you on podcast number 7.